Ill Production.
What up, YouTube? Here we are again. We've been absent, out of town runs. My wife hijacked me last week and took me to Funk Fest all weekend, and I'm not mad about it. But we're here again, baby. We're here again. Five Finger Fiasco.
Is it fair to say we've been out of town, thugging with our rounds?
For a fact.
Our Peter Pink, my Booty Holes Brown.
Booty Hole Brown. Dude, I really feel like I should go platinum. Booty Hole Brown. That's what she should have named the song.
Booty Hole Brown.
Booty Hole Brown.
It should come up with the level past platinum. It's like Matt Brown.
It'd be hilarious if like album coming soon. Booty Hole Brown. Like, yeah, everybody's getting that joint. I just want the poster. You know what I mean?
It's just a brown starfish.
Right. Speaking of that,
things at the bottom of the screen.
We're talking music. Horrible music, but let's talk a little music. What's in your playlist right now, man? You fucking anything?
I've been listening to Gunna's new tape.
Gunna's new tape.
Yeah. He might be a bit of a rat. He made some slappers though, I can't lie.
Yeah.
And Thugger fucks with him too, man. So if the person that he snitched on isn't mad at him, then how I'm gonna be mad at him?
You know, he probably told him, it's like, look, either both of us could rot in here or you can get out and go make us some money.
I'm not into the semantics of the whole thing, but I know that he has some slappers on his hands.
Right.
And Young Thug's album Business is Business is now #1 in the world on Apple Music.
Young Thug, what he drop an album from prison? One of them C Murder type joints?
And one of those where he had stuff saved up.
Yeah.
Probably.
Remember that, the C Murder one though, that he dropped from the phone? He would just rap into the phone.
I don't think it's one of those.
No, well,
be rough.
Honestly, now that I think about it, like I think, technology's kind of advanced since those days.
Like barely though. You're basically you're on the right path.
Yeah. What about you ever heard of the dude in Jamaica, Vibes Cartel?
Yes.
And how he was just dropping fucking all kind of bangers and shit out of prison, like, but he had a whole studio in there and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Different. If I ever go to prison, I want to go to. Never mind. Let me not say something. I don't want to go to prison. Period.
Yeah.
Especially when in the middle of the ocean.
Right. Yeah. Middle of the ocean. Mm-hmm. Catch that reference?
Because Ariel and them was singing like. And also, there's been a submarine crash.
Yeah, is that what they call it? A crash?
It imploded.
So. I mean, just you think car crashes and shit, but it's underwater. Like, is this still a crash, or is that like a slow float into something?
I mean, you can slowly crash into something. Like, you ever slid on ice?
Yeah.
Your car just won't stop.
Yeah, you're just down to the right at that point.
Yeah, you're just slowly floating through the abyss.
Just waiting to get a whole lot of fucking damage, probably. Just give some money to a body shop.
Yeah,
what you're waiting on.
113 years later, and the Titanic is still putting people on T-shirts. It's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
That is insane. You know what's wild? What if that was like some kind of like spooky ghost shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like they went in there with all them dead bodies and like hollowed ground or whatever you want to call it, Maybe some kind of like spiritual force. Nah, so you're gonna stay down there. You ever heard the conspiracy that the Titanic didn't really go down because of the iceberg?
Yes, it was the richest man in America at the time.
Yeah.
So they portrayed it that all the wealthiest people in the world were going to be on the boats, like the Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan, who were under them.
Yeah.
got on the boat, and then the richest guy who owned like I think it was like 40% of every mortgage in America. He owned 40% of it.
Yeah.
And he got on the boat, and right before it took off, J.P. Morgan and the Rothschilds
Got off.
they got off that motherfucker.
And did you hear that wasn't even the same boat, like the Titanic? Like it was a damaged boat, and it wasn't supposed to go out. And then they put the name Titanic on it and sent it out anyways, or some shit like that. Crazy shit.
That is crazy shit. But that's
But if that can say that conspiracy is true, isn't it crazy that a bunch of big time billionaire movers and shakers got taken out in a ploy on the Titanic, and then a bunch of billionaire movers and shakers went in a submarine to go look at it, and they're probably not going to make it back.
no, they're not making it back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost like, what if it was like round two? It was like, yeah, y'all get on the submarine, go check it out, and they knew the whole time they done sabotaged it.
Mama told me, Mama. Yeah.
Because one of the dudes wanted to vote like against abortion. You know what I mean? Some dumb shit. Like some guy who's about to ink a deal that was gonna transcend America or some shit. Because I think part of that dude, that was on the Titanic, I think part of that was like he was like against the Federal Reserve, and honestly,
they couldn't compete with him.
Yeah, where he owned so many mortgages, I think like he had so much power that they couldn't do it without him like being like checking it off or whatever. That's fucking nuts, dude.
One person should have all of that. It's crazy.
That would be the adult movie. If they actually made the Titanic movie and made that whole version of it.
Yeah, but then they made him like Liam Neeson. Finds out moments before it crashes and then surviving.
Yeah.
And going back to take down the head of the Federal Reserve.
You see him just paddle past Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That's the only time you see him in the movie. He's just floating there. And he's like, well, they're just let you on the door. And he just keeps going. Get on the door. Get on the door. What's the matter with you? I have a couple special skills, and one of them is kick that bitch off that door.
Kick off immediately. Oh, good.
Yeah, bro. Neeson.
That, I mean, I was caught for a while between the memes being hella funny about it and like any loss. Well, most losses of human life are a tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't wish it on people generally.
You know, that'll show you where we're at with it in the world, I think. Like, it was like, damn, these billionaires got in a submarine and went to go check out the Titanic, and it got all fucked up, and then everybody was like, bah! Like, I don't think I've seen anybody talk about how horrible it is. You know?
Well, yeah, because I mean, I forget the exact number of how many safety protocols that they had to pass. They didn't pass any of them, which is why they went into international waters, so they didn't have to go by
anybody's
the safety requirements of operating in.
Yeah.
So yeah, they went and.
I wonder if the motherfuckers that paid to get on there knew that they didn't do that.
I think supposedly, in like all of this is hearsay because like most of my information is on Facebook.
And anybody who can tell you about it at the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Yeah, I think I read something like one of the oxygen valves had popped off, or a part of the submarine had popped off the morning of their descent, and they used zip ties to sit you down.
Yeah, no.
And it's like $250,000, and we're fucking duct taping the submarine.
Don't that piss you off though? Like, if you've seen that as a billionaire and you still got on there, it's like, man, how can I be there?
Like, you just ask him to really get what you're about to get.
You must really, really want to see the fucking Titanic. You know, you put zip ties on the submarine. You're like,
yeah, that's last minute. If we don't go get something off of there, somebody else is going to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You think it was?
No, they didn't even have the equipment to get out of that motherfucker. Let alone it just exploded.
Let alone take something back with them. Yeah. What if that was like some shit though? These motherfuckers thought they were about to be like fucking national treasure or some bullshit. These motherfuckers thought they were Nick Cage.
they're about to get on top of the next curve.
Yeah.
It's not Bitcoin anymore; it's shitcoin.
Motherfuckers make millions of dollars off a fork you found in the Titanic crash
That's
or shit.
crazy.
But they've already like sent like the little robot joints and shit all down there over the
Yeah, not
years.
only that, but
There probably ain't even nothing left for you down there. You know?
everything's probably buried or pushed away.
Yeah, and
You
whatever
know
else
what
they
I'm
done
saying?
combed through and
Thanks.
put into museums. 'Cause wasn't that the whole thing like in the movie? They were out there like pulling shit up from it or whatever, and they found her diary or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I know she had the stone on her the whole time. I'd have cracked that bitch.
Man.
We've been out here for 6 months and you had it around your neck, Rose.
Yeah.
And then you just told a whole 2 hour story about you being a thought and cheating on your man
Yeah.
to fuck with this
But Joe Dementia's so fucked
craps
up.
king.
But the funny is her dementia so fucked up. Like, what if that wasn't even her story? It's just she,
Yeah. She wasn't even there.
yeah, somebody just told her that shit one day. She thought it was her because that bitch is crazy.
84, what is it, 80, 86 years ago, something like that?
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, you are 67.
Yeah. What are you talking
You
about?
weren't even alive.
Yeah, them have to check out. You would have been like 2. Too nasty. Who has a 2-year-old in a sex scandal on the boat?
Jared from Subway.
Facts. I almost put him on our thumbnail with the sub,
Yeah.
but I was just like, I think it'd be funny, but what kind of
So I'll bet this is
when's the last time he's been in some shit? You know?
probably, is he still in prison?
I imagine.
Yeah, probably this morning.
Yeah, probably. There's got to be a meme somewhere with this stuff, for some reason.
Yeah, he's that's why I said not like most loss of life is
Yeah.
I can't deal with that. Anyway, fucking off of child molesters.
Yeah.
You're into conspiracies.
Yep. I
What do
try to
you
be.
what do you think about this Ocean Gate being a conspiracy to cover up old Jelly B's son pleading guilty?
I think that's probably right. You know what I mean? Especially, 'cause, I mean, if you think about it, during the whole Ghislaine Maxwell trial, we were watching the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial.
Yep.
We knew more about the contents of that turd on his bed than we knew about the fucking list of people that went to that weirdo island. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think it's more of the same. I mean, but Obama signed something, some kind of paperwork, number, whatever, to where it's like perfectly legal for the media to propagate, pr- run propaganda on the American citizen. So yeah, uh,
I wonder what that's gonna just like a little bit of divide and conquer there.
yeah. Well, the thing is, then I mean, basically, that's where you get your control of, and that's where you can kind of move the masses. You know, like
Yeah.
look at how outraged people get now about politicians, but they have a news source that conveys that same outrage and tells them why they should be mad at this person all the time. But the thing is, it's supposed to be the news, it's supposed to be journalism, which means you're supposed to only report on the story as is. You're not supposed to be biased. Like everyone's like, I don't watch CNN because that's Democrat news. I don't watch Fox as Republican news. Well, that's the problem right there. Why the fuck would a news source be biased? That's how you know right now you're fucked. And they're going to tell you whatever they want to tell you. It doesn't matter if it's right, wrong, or true. They got an agenda, and this is how they're going to roll it out. You know what I mean? Even if they believe it or not, that don't fucking matter no more. You know? So yeah, I believe this Hunter Biden shit could be a cover. But the thing is too, though, with the way they do shit now, and how like out in the open and braggadocious they are, they just do what they want.
Yeah.
I don't even
And
think it really
it
matters.
feels more in your face than it ever has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, just like the shit, the Democrats come out already and just say, "There's no reason to do any Democratic debates. We're just running with this guy, and that's what it is." What do you mean you're not even gonna give a motherfucker a chance? Like, what about the people who you are asking to vote for these motherfuckers? Like, don't shouldn't they be able to hear what the other motherfuckers got to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's already goofy, you know. And his ass is in court too. And you don't hear nothing about that in the news. He's in court right along with his son. And that's the thing.
crazy.
And that's the thing too. It's a conspiracy because they're running this shit on the submarine when they should be talking about that in the news.
Right.
But the funny thing is, and you talking about Hunter Biden, you ain't even talking about the fact that the motherfucking president is in court too.
Yeah,
That's bigger than Hunter.
it is.
That's a whole nother smoke screen. Worrying about Hunter Biden. Okay, the goddamn president's son did some backdoor dealing with wheeling and dealing with some fucking countries and is a fucking party animal crackhead. But he ain't the president, motherfucker. So why are we talking about him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, if everything he did is wrong and illegal, if he did it on behalf of his pappy, then what the fuck? Where's his cups? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, ain't none of them motherfuckers gonna get in no trouble, dog. They don't get in trouble. They are the ones who get us in trouble. Like, who the fuck? That's the funniest shit when people get outraged and like, I think the government should do something about what the government's doing. Huh? You think they're gonna fuck themselves over? I mean, every now and then they'll let a politician die on the sword for some dumb shit. You know what I mean? But like that's just a dude that they're like, well, your time has come. You have run your race.
Yeah.
Or he's about to say something stupid, and they're like, all right, well now we got this video of you diddling a kid from the island. So either we're gonna spread this on the news, or this is how you're gonna take that money and put it here and and whatever else they fucking do. You know? Yeah, dude. I think we're already in a banana republic. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I don't think there's really. Here's my thing. Look at how much fucking support Bernie Sanders has.
Tons. Tons.
So how the fuck did Joe Biden even end up in the discussion? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
Because
mean?
everybody loved him when Obama was. And that was also because he wasn't making those serious decisions for the public.
Yeah.
When Obama was in office. Obama being in office was enough of its a story on its own where everybody just thought Uncle Joe is like an uncle. He'd do some funny shit on TV, and everybody was like, that guy.
That's basically what he is, too. That's
You know
all
what I'm
he is.
saying? But now that he's president, everybody's like, damn, bro probably had a stroke like a year ago. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe he had a stroke or some type of TBI.
I think it's kind of fucked up because you can tell, and I think you've even spoke on it. But you can tell he's like just a face, a representation. You know, he's not the one pulling the strings. You know,
no, because
so
he
my
was
thing
doing brain
is,
dead shit all the fucking time.
And my thing is, even though he's got a track record of being just a greasy piece of shit politician, but outside of that, he's an old ass motherfucker. So the ones that are pulling the strings, like you all parading him out there in front of everybody like this. That's fucked up too. Let his old ass go sit down
My
somewhere.
grandma's old too, but the amount of times that he's fallen in the past year would be considered a lot.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about like an old person,
Yeah.
they don't really fall that fucking much. Like when they start falling more, you're like, damn, maybe me needs to
What's wrong with the dude? Yeah. And here's my thing, and that's my thing. No way for any other Democratic representation. Like nobody running can debate him. But so you're gonna make him do a whole another 4 years? Like, dude, like just let him go sit in a rocking chair and eat his ice cream and sniff the neighbor kids or whatever he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it looks bad, bro.
Well, and that's the wildest thing. Like I said, everybody fucked with Bernie. Everybody loved Bernie. Shit, Tulsi Gabbard bodied Kamala Harris in the debates, and nothing. And Joe Biden got smashed. Kamala Harris smashed Joe Biden in the debates, and then out of nowhere, now this is the dude. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying, dude. So I think they're just showing us now, like it don't really matter who you motherfuckers are voting for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we try to give you the thought that it matters. I don't really think it does, and I don't even think they got to steal it. Like everybody talking about them stealing. I don't even think they got to steal it for real. I think they're just like, you look, man. These are the two motherfuckers that are going to run. If this one gets it, it's going to be like this. If this one gets it, it's going to be like that. And that's just how it is. But they ain't going to let nobody that ain't really in the fold make it that far no goddamn way. You know what I mean?
We're all just in the submarine.
For a fact.
with some zip ties.
And they goofy as shit, man. I think they paid like what 20 G's or something to get on that motherfucker.
250.
$250,000 to get on a fucked around submarine.
That's what I'm saying. Zip ties, cousin.
I mean, for a couple $100, man, I could have put you in a deep freezer.
Bitch, you
you
could buy a
creek.
submarine. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Buy one from the cartel.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, bro. Like,
and that's my thing. You billionaires spent 250 G's to get on a submarine, and cartels got motherfucking submarines held together with shoelaces and shit, getting keys all the way back from here and there all day long.
What really killed it was they had the Xbox controller with the big ass analog.
Yeah.
Controlling.
So they weren't even driving it. Ain't that a bitch? Damn.
Imagine fucking up on the joystick. Like that's the only thing you had to do was control the joystick, and y'all fucked off. I'm like, man, this is your fault, Jerry.
Think about this shit, man. You got that shit just sitting down somewhere, some kid grabs it and start playing with it. Fucking submarines.
Hey, the water ain't no joke. I remember one time I went to Grey Wolf Lodge with my wife and all of our kids. We had a new baby at the time. So Caleb was 6, and then we had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then like a couple months old.
Yeah.
And we all went to Grey Wolf Lodge. And man, I was sitting down in the shallow end of the wave pool, and I had my 6-year-old watching the other two. They're eating snacks and shit, just chilling.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting in the shallow end of the wave pool, and the waves started going, and I'm holding the baby. And bruh, it started picking me up and like pulling me and like pushing me. So I fell on my back, and my big ass didn't have the core strength to fucking sit up. So I'm just getting waves. I'm like holding the baby out. I'm drowning in the middle of Grey Wolf Lodge. And Alyssa, my wife, she started pissing and laughing, not even in the water. She was just like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, get him, bitch. So fucking, she came over and grabbed him, crying, laughing. And I managed to turn over in time and sea lion, get some air.
Yo, I was at a baby pool, like one of them, like 3-ring blow up joints in our backyard.
Yeah.
I was in there, and I got in there with my kid when she was real little, and my granddaughter did. My kid was on my chest. My granddaughter got in there, just flopped on my head. She just sat on my head, and I was just under the water. And I ran out of breath. I was like, "These motherfuckers gonna drown me, right? I just want them to die. It's how they're gonna find my dead ass with a goddamn baby on top of me. I couldn't even get up off of her. I was like, what the fuck? Finally, I just reached up and grabbed her and throw her ass off of me. I was like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers was about to kill my ass. I tell you, we was at a wave pool, me and Maya years ago. Shit. So anyway, we there, and this girl was laying on her stomach on a raft. And she just had a body on her, and big old fat round ass dude. And I was like, damn, good for her, you know. So me and fucking the kid are playing and shit, don't make no mind. Then fucking waves start crashing, and I feel something hit me like this, and I turn, and fucking this big fucking ass, boom, hit me right to the side of the face. I walked away. I was like, well, you know, God is good. It was the funniest shit, man.
Won't he do it?
My kid was laughing. She's like, everybody hit your face. Like, yeah, I know it did.
Lucky I wasn't looking.
Yeah, right. It was fucking crazy, man. I remember this one kid told everybody at the summer camp he saved me from drowning in a wave pool, and I was like, what? I wasn't even like in the fucking wave pool. He was like, everybody's like, you okay, man? You okay? And he was like, everybody's like cheering him on and shit. Like, he just made up a fucking whole ass lie to be like hero for the day.
Damn,
who does that?
He seen you with one arm and said, I saved him. I'm dead.
He said he was going to drown in the wave pool, and I saved him. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Billy. And I was like, what the fuck? I was over getting ice cream.
Next time, kick too. He's like, yeah, bitch, I know.
Yeah, they over telling me, you told us you know how to swim. I'm like, bitch, I didn't. I've been swimming all day. What the fuck? Fuck his weird kid. And that weird move. I did a weird move like that as a kid, man. I remember I went to school for some reason and told all the teachers my house burned down. I think, man, I don't know why,
They sent your mom an email. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
That was before email. They was calling the house. Like, no, when she came, everybody was like, y'all okay? Is everything? Y'all need anything? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, Justin told us, your house burned down. She's like, no, it didn't. The fuck? I think, only thing I can think of, man, I was always in trouble.
So you wanted some pity?
I feel like I might have just went in there and told just to be like, look, they ain't gonna fuck me today. Like, when my house burned down, bitch. Oh, okay. All right, you can.
It's like, damn, mom, why can't you go along with it?
Yeah, like shit. I had the best day of school all week. None of these teachers were fucking with me. That school was crazy. I remember one of the teachers was chasing us or something, and I remember getting on my back and like doing a little like scoot crawl underneath of her. And she was wearing this fucking skirt, and I remember just doing it just to do it, and and she like got all crazy and called my mom and she like trying to make me have to be like this little perv kid or something. But I remember that because I remember I was like, we were just, I don't know why, but we just all just like running around wrestling and shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing. I was trying to like get away from her. And then it was like long hairs too, dude. But I remember I was like, bitch, I wasn't even trying to I wasn't trying to look at you.
Nobody would try to see that wolf, was it?
Yeah. It's going to smell like when that wolf pussy.
Oh, yeah.
That's by far probably my favorite Christmas movie, dog.
Man, easily.
For a fact. I got to watch it every Christmas. Yeah, you got movies like that, dog? Like you got to watch for the holiday?
Grinch.
Yep.
Halloween is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
I think is ours. Thanksgiving. I don't think I have a Thanksgiving movie, but that'd be some fat shit if I did.
You know what? Just this year, I forget what the fuck we were watching. My wife was being, it was like a Thanksgiving. It was like, it's like the only Thanksgiving movie I can think I've ever fucking seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every other movie would be like, show you like Thanksgiving, but it ain't like a Thanksgiving movie. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Like me, I don't watch horror movies all year until October, and then I watch them all month. Like every day, we got a new joint on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then as soon as October's over, I'm done with them. I save them.
You save them?
I save them all year. Used to be.
I love the Conjuring shit. That's
my favorite shit. Out of all of them, for real. My favorite one out of all that shit is probably Annabelle 1. That first one was insane.
Yeah.
The second two were trash, I thought you can tell they're like sequel cash grabs, you know what I mean? But that first one was dope. But funny thing is I didn't like the other two Annabelles, but then the last Conjuring that just come out, it was a banger. That one was it From Hell or some shit like that? And then
the Devil Made Me Do It. Or
yeah. That one's dope. That's wild that's fucking real people, man. You know what I mean? And that like a house with all that shit in it is a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that girl, their daughter, to this day will be on interviews and tell like she did not fuck with that doll. She was like, had everything in her. She's like, that Annabelle thing for some reason. She just didn't. She wouldn't go near that motherfucker.
Who was this?
The daughter of those two people that did all the Conjuring shit. Because those was real. That's a real couple.
Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah.
Their daughter said that.
Yeah, in a real interview, she's like, they were like, "What's the?" Because that room was in her house.
Yeah.
So she was interviewed. They're like, "Well, out of everything, like, what was the weirdest thing to you, or is there anything that really made you feel uneasy in the house and shit?" She's like, "A fucking doll, man." She's like, something about it. It was weird, It's fucking crazy shit, dude.
Almost wonder if they paid her to say that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. I would have. I mean, well, look, we're about to drop this movie, bitch. You want a couple of G's? Couple hundred G's?
Yeah, 20,000 to say.
Yeah, that was the
scariest shit that has happened to you in real life.
The wildest shit is, man, they did it right in the movie because they used like one of them porcelain face dolls.
Yeah.
But the real doll looked like one of those like
Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that wouldn't have been as creepy.
Actually. It was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah. Yeah. But that wouldn't have been near as creepy as that porcelain doll.
No. But that makes it even more fucking wild. Like, damn, to see a Raggedy Ann doll and get an uneasy feeling from it, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I tell you what, I was fucked up about Chucky forever. That was just because my mom's parents, or my parents' friends, a bunch of fucking idiots. They all, when I was growing up, when I was little, one of the first houses they had, it was like a flop house. It was like my dad, like 3 or 4 of his homies, my uncle, my mom, like one of her friends. They all just rented this house all together, and all of them was young and single and wild and shit. And I was just like this kid in this fucking like fraternity house kind of,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But fucking one night, my parents like went to a dinner or some shit, and one of their homies watched me and shit. And I was always being watched by these like crazy 20-something-year-old beer drinking goofy motherfuckers. And this motherfucker had me watching Chucky, dog, and it scared the fuck out of me as a kid. And for years, I wouldn't fuck with shit. When they started reselling the doll in the stores, I mean, I used to be mad as fuck. I go in the store, come down the aisle, and see it, motherfucker, like, man, fuck that doll. I don't fuck with that shit. It was weird, man. I fuck with her now.
Have you had like some supernatural shit?
Nah, man. I've always wanted to, but nothing. I always get pissed when people tell me about all this shit. Like, oh, ghosts are real. Let me tell you why. I'm like, damn, dog. I ain't never seen shit. I think I'm too fucked up.
It's crazy, bro.
You ever seen some?
Things. Yeah, dog.
Let's hear it, dude.
I think the weirdest one for sure was so when I was like 16, 15, 16, my girlfriend at the time was living with me and my mom because her dad was deployed. And so we fucked with a Ouija board.
Oh, shit.
And just on some like kid shit, bro. And stuff started to happen, like weird stuff started to happen. Like I would always play pranks on her. Mm-hmm. Like if she was taking a shower, I'll go in there and throw cold water on her. So she would go to take a shower and she'd close and lock the door. Well, the door started to get like left open. She'll get out the shower and be like, "Hey, Andrew, what do you do?" It's just me, my mom, and her in the house.
Yeah.
So nobody's going through and like unlocking and opening the door. I'm not doing it to fuck with her.
Right.
But she's closing it and locking it, and she's getting out, and the door's open. And then there was 1 or 2 times where I get home from school, and every drawer in my bedroom, I had like an old oak desk, like the heavy ones.
Yeah.
Every drawer in my room, like from my dressers to my desk, would be open like a measured amount. It was like uniform, like every single one of my drawers. And I hadn't even told my mom that we were fucking with a Ouija board, or I felt like there was something. I hadn't even told her yet.
Yeah.
So it's not like she was going up there and fucking with me. You know what I mean? And then I think
that would have been hilarious. Your mom was just running around fucking with you.
The thing that made me finally go down there and tell her about it was we had this golden retriever named Sweetie Pie, and she was never like aggressive or mean at all. She had never shown her teeth, never snapped.
Yeah.
She was just a happy golden retriever. And she always slept in my mom's room, and my mom had an adjoining bathroom. So she would close that door at night, and she would close her door to the hallway.
Yeah.
So there's no way to get out of her room. And Sweetie Pie was sleeping downstairs with her. And I had this dream that I was in the corner of my room, like the adjacent corner at the foot of my bed, up toward the ceiling. And I was looking down at myself sleep. And I don't know how long it lasted. It was probably, like 3 minutes or something like that, where I felt conscious and I was up and I was looking at myself sleep. Like I could see me, I could see my open door, and then I could see like, I don't know, it was just like hazy.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, Sweetie Pie was on the edge of my bed, pointed at that corner where all the hair on her body stood up, and she was like showing her teeth and like snapping, like snarling and growling and shit.
Yeah.
And her whole body's jacked, like she's just 100% staring at something. And it was in the corner that I had just been in my dream. And I was like, oh, hell no. I went and told my mom, and she fucking had like a priest or something. She smudged it, and then she had a priest come and like bless the house.
Yeah, it's fucking burn the sage and shit.
My godmom did fuck with me though, because we were living there, but it used to be her house. And she said, oh yeah, you guys didn't. After I told my mom, and my mom told her, she was like, oh yeah, you guys didn't hear about the kids that committed suicide in the attic? I was like, shut the fuck up. She was making it up.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. That would have been some shit.
She was fucking with me though.
That's one thing, man. I've never I've never fucked with a Ouija board, man. Never have.
Not worth it, bro. This shit was even if it even if it wasn't fucking real and it could be explained some other way, that shit was terrifying, bro. It was not fun. It wasn't no like thriller, like the
Yeah.
shit was fucking terrifying, bro.
I remember one time, and I don't know what it was for real, man, but I remember one time I was sleeping as a kid, and it was one of them falling dreams. But when I woke up, I like landed on my bed, like I fell on my bed. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But I was like, man, I might have been like standing up or some shit in my sleep, but that's weird enough, anyways. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just remember like I was fine. I woke up and I just boom landed, and I was like, what the fuck? But
that's crazy.
but I can't, I don't know
Yeah,
fucking nothing about what it was, you know what I mean? But that's the thing, dude. I've never experienced something like that, but I do believe that like that shit's like real as fuck, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like conjuring up shit and like demons and fucking energies and shit like that. Like I believe that's true. Like, dude, like I mean, even like
yeah. Because you can manifest energy. Like if you tell yourself that you're gonna have a shitty day, you're probably gonna have a shitty day.
yeah,
So if you manifest fucking evil and dark, like I think that even if, let's say, for a known fact, white and black, that type of shit didn't exist. If you started fucking getting in a circle and lighting candles and praising something that's evil and like wishing evil upon yourself, yeah, it's probably not uncommon that you're gonna like run into mental illness,
yeah,
like hallucinations, or fucking you're getting violent or whatever, because you're like literally just putting it on yourself. So with the prospect of there being something out there and it's very real to a lot of people, it's like, why would you?
yeah. Well, I believe, and plus too, if you look at like all that like occult shit and like secret societies and shit, like all that shit's like real shit. And people do believe in this shit and got these books and these sayings and these rituals and shit they do. And like there's always different like phrases and hand gestures. It's like, why would and some of these people are like really influential in the world people.
Yeah.
So why
What is
the
that camp in California that's got that big fucking owl?
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Fuck, what is it called? The damn, the place where Alex Jones went fucking exposed them and shit.
Yeah.
It's fuck, what is Bohemian Grove.
Yep.
Bohemian Grove, yeah. Like, so my thing is there's gotta be something to it because why the fuck would these like the richest and most influential people be into this shit if there wasn't something to it? Like why, you know what I mean? Like it don't make no sense to be all into it if you ain't getting something out of it. And for so many people and who these people are in some regards, you know what I
Who
mean?
get something out of everything that they do.
Yeah, and that's like I was telling my homie one time, but he was like, he didn't really believe in like I guess maybe like I guess like the biblical like the God shit and stuff like that. But I was like, dude, like I feel like, but he believed in that, and knew that these people were into this and doing these rituals and knew that really you could conjure up some wild shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but dude, if you know that, then like there's got to be some kind of white magic or light or something. There's got to be a yin to the yang. You know what I mean? Like if you can conjure up demons and shit, well, there's got to be some kind of angel or some kind of something. I would imagine that's like a positive note, maybe, or maybe it's all just creepy weird. I don't know, but it would make sense to me if there was like. All right, if
Well,
these
yeah, because
demons are bad, then there's got to be some kind of good thing like it. You know what I
even
mean?
even one of the laws of physics is every action has a equal or greater reaction.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing, then there's another. So
But I've always like, not saying I wanted to, because like you said, the shit's freaky and weird. But like, I've always just like, been like, dude, that's gotta be fucking nuts to kind of like witness some shit. Like we seen The Conjuring. Imagine being them fucking people and all the crazy shit. Like, imagine seeing a possessed motherfucker. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
there's such a morbid curiosity around it, bro, and I think that movies and stuff like that paint a totally different picture, because even if you hear somebody talking about having a bad trip and they're like, the floor turned to lava and you
Yeah,
know what I mean, my skin started getting polka dots on it. It's like you hear somebody say it and you're like, haha, that's hella funny.
yeah,
But can you imagine wholeheartedly in your heart believing that the floor was now lava and you couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
Bro, that would be
Terrifying.
fucking terrifying. That'd be so anxiety inducing, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll be on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude. No, I get it, man. Because the wild thing is, dude, I remember, man, I took these one mushrooms, and dude, and the trip was so intense, man, that like I was questioning reality for a while after that, like a couple hours. Like I kept asking my homie, I was like, did that happen? Did we just talk to that person? And he was like, yeah. All right, good. Just make sure. Like, you know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
you could get on a weird plane, and it's not. You can tell that it's somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the wildest shit to me about that ayahuasca shit. Ain't
Here-
that like the intense trip or the this or that about it?
Yeah.
It's the fact that multiple people say like they had the same kind of experience. They talk to these same type of being creatures or whatever, you know what I mean? And it was almost like the same type of vibe, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but for multiple people to have said that shit, it's almost like, damn, so are they really like tapping into another realm or some shit, you know?
Aaron Rodgers just called for the U.S. to legalize psychedelics, or at least I think New York.
He was giving the shit to somebody. Oh, what is it? What is it? What
Joe
is it? Yeah, well, like
St. Rogies.
the RF Kennedy dude wants to debate this other dude, I guess, as far as the vaccines and shit. The other dude said he won't debate him. It's a waste of time, calling him a conspiracy theorist or some shit like that. But Aaron Rodgers went on social media and was like backing RFK. He was like, yeah, man, fucking, why don't you let him do it? He should do it. You know, he's like, RFK will body him or something like that. You know, and he was like, he'll smash him. But it's, see, that's the shit too. There's so much scrutiny and shit over like the vaccines, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude, why can't we just get like the hard factual evidence of what it is? You know, why does it got to be these camps? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like about the news and shit, the media, it's weird. Like nobody's really trying to get to the actual truth of nothing. They're just giving you a bunch of bullshit.
Exactly.
Oh shit, we got kids hollering. What else you got, man? You got anything else up?
Man, not too much.
Let's peruse the news real quick. I just want to see if there's anything
What time are we at?
worth it. I think we are about 40 something minutes in. 45. Oh, what do you think about this? Deion Sanders, what he's got to get his like foot amputated. Did you see that?
I saw something about that. I didn't read into it.
Let me see if I can find that shit.
But
Yeah, I know.
I hope Primetime, Coach Primetime, I wish him the best.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just signed that big deal and shit. Now
You got love from Andrew Thompson Comedy in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh yeah, Neon Dion's like he was like bigger than life when I was a kid. You know, he was like pretty much right up there with Mike Tyson and everybody else back in the day. Emergency blood clot surgery. Oh, okay, that's bad. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Which means something totally different in Jamaica.
Right, for a fact. Have
Emergency blood clot surgery.
You been to Jamaica?
I've been to Cuba, and there was Jamaican contractors there.
Oh, word. I went to Jamaica once for my wife's birthday, her 40th. It was dope. We just stayed on the resort though the whole time. We didn't really do shit else. It was wild, man. The beaches are different. I'm used to like the Gulf, you know what I mean, in Mexico. Like the beaches were beautiful, but they were like all rocks. Oh, this is bullshit.
What, in Jamaica?
Yeah.
So I was in Cuba too.
I was like, where's the fucking sand at, dog? Shit hurt my feet. I tell you what's crazy though. They had this big net, so you could only go so far out in the ocean.
Yeah.
And we went out there to the net because you pretty much walk all the way to it. And this dude was like, "Don't touch that net." And we were like, "What?" He's like, "Look," and he gave us his goggles. You look down, it was live jellyfish, the whole thing, big motherfuckers too.
Damn.
He's like, "Yeah, you get too close to reach through it, motherfucker, and sting shit out of you, dog." But I was like, "Damn, if they didn't have his net here, dog, these motherfuckers would be all up on the fucking beach and shit." That's fucking crazy. I hate them motherfuckers, dude. You ever been stung by one?
Fuck no.
I had one dude. It wrapped its shit around my leg like twice and stung me. So everywhere where it was wrapped, like was the sting. It was bullshit. Man of Wars
Did
with
you
some
get it
motherfuckers
pissed
too.
on?
Huh?
Did you get it pissed on?
Yeah, I pissed on it myself. Funny thing is, I remember one time I got a bad one, and my mom was like, "Here, take this Benadryl." I was like, "All right." I didn't know she meant take it. I poured that shit on my fucking leg. It was all fucking sticky and hot and stinging and shit in that fucking sting. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I don't think this is working." She's like, "What?" And she looked at my leg. She's like, "Dummy, you're supposed to take the Benadryl and you're supposed to put this on there." She had this whole other cream to put on the shit. I just poured Benadryl on this shit like a stupid motherfucker.
Justin, are you doing drugs?
Yeah, right. I might as well be
cool.
at that point. Well, shit, man. Let them know what's up with you, man. Drop some shit on them.
Hey, check it out. July 5th, I'll be at Louisville Comedy Club. July 16th, it's round 1 of Louisville's Funniest Person competition.
Boom, boom.
Definitely be there. If you can't be there, then you'll catch me in round 2.
Right. There it is. You hear? He's already laying it down.
And if for some reason your life ain't right and you miss round 1, round 2, you can catch me in round 3, championship round.
Where first one's what, third turn?
First one is at 1020 Craft Brewery in Butchertown, July 16th, 7 p.m. Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
Also got some stuff working in some different states. But for right now, the 5th at LCC and Funniest Person in Louisville competition, July 16th, 1020.
Boom, boom. Tuesday, I'll be at the Fish Tank in Lexington on a Trina Bean joint. Then I believe Friday, me and Dusty Carter will be in Bowling Green on Dusty's joint, the Kentucky Connection. So that's what I got coming up in the short. Oh yeah, July 1st, Eminence, Kentucky, Armored Battle. MC in that joint. The first and the second come out. It's fun as shit. You see people dress up like fucking knights and beat the shit out of each other. Molly whopping motherfuckers. It's hilarious.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Someone be out there talking that shit. They're making me a jester's hat and everything for that joint.
It's fire. Should have just wore the dickhead hat.
Right. I might keep that on me just in case. It might be day 2 right there. It's a 2-day joint. Oh yeah. First day, July the 1st. Right after that, you can catch me in Sandy Hook, Kentucky, emceeing a concert for the guys over there at the Side Hustle CBD shop. Gonna be a good time and some good music, rap music. I wish I could tell you who all's on the joint, but I do not know at the moment. But I'm emceeing that motherfucker too. Holla at your boy.
And drop in the comments. We're taking a poll on what Jay Wall's special should be called. I said it should be called Armed and Dangerous. You let us know what you think.
Yeah. Let's get a survey going, man. We'll get, we can get that on here too. We can get a survey. We'll get it on YouTube.
It's a bet. All right, peoples.
Yeah, we out of here. Out like a boner in sweatpants, son.
You can see yours.